This is my first ever pencil sketch live stream, I think. So I have no idea how this works or how it's gonna go. I'm just gonna do a very quick 20 to 30 minute sketch this morning. And I'll check from time to time to see if anybody hops on to chat to. I've been out of pencil drawing practice for a while, so just want to make sure that I'm getting some of that in more frequently. And I haven't been able to do any like warm up or anything. This is just me going straight in. Which is not what I usually do. But this morning I've got limited time before I move on to some oil painting which I have scheduled. So I guess this serves as a decent warm-up exercise for that. There's probably a way to put music on this, but this wasn't planned. I've literally just decided just to try going live because I'm going to be sat here drawing for a bit anyway, and my phone was close by. So I thought, why not? Bit of a strange feeling though, knowing that somebody could just hop on at any moment and interact. So hopefully I can do a decent sketch at least in the time that I have. For anybody that's joined, hello. This is like the first time I've ever done a live, so I'm winging it. I haven't even looked into how to do it properly. I just decided to give it a go. So I'm gonna check my phone from time to time. And it's just gonna be a short one, I think about 20 to 30 minutes. So thank you for anybody that is joining. I'm just doing a very quick headshot sketch of a lady. And yeah, just gonna see how it goes. It's I've realized that I haven't been practicing many headshots from behind recently, and it's usually quite a difficult one to do because of the angle of the head. And the way that everything is positioned around it. So I found a good reference to use. I'm just gonna sketch around that and see if anybody's here. Hello, thank you. Who's this? Toka Macy? Is that your first name? And M3OWK, hello. Yeah, this is the first time me doing a live stream, so bear with me, please. But I'm doing this from Brighton, England this morning. It's just going to be a very quick session. So I'm just sketching the female figure. And yeah, as you can probably gather, there's no background music because this wasn't a planned live. I've just literally decided to go in, give it a try on my phone, and I don't even know how it's going to appear on my YouTube. I don't know if it's going to appear as a short video or if it's going to go into the long form. But either way, it's an experience, so just wanted to give it a go this morning. So I wanted to focus on this lady's hair. She's got some really interesting, like, spirally sort of patterns going on with the hair from behind. And just wanted to make sure I got these in. And it's really important as well to try and get this shape of the ear in the correct position too. So I think I'll probably check the chat every like 2 or 3 minutes or something and see who's there, who said hello. Now in the reference, her arm is sort of like cut off around here somewhere, so I'm just going to make up where I think the elbow would be. But I am looking at a reference photo on my laptop screen in front of me. And she's got both of her arms bent back behind her. And she's got a hand twisting down towards her hips here. And her eye isn't visible. You can't see her eye. It's the angle that she's tilted her head. Means I think you can see a tiny bit of a lash. So I'm gonna have to trim down the face ever so slightly here. And also the neck. I feel like her neck just a little bit too wide here. But yeah, I probably should have done some kind of warm-up before doing this, but sometimes a bit of spontaneity is fun, and it can also make you avoid overthinking, because if I'd planned this live stream out, then I don't know. How it would have affected things, but I just decided to go for it, so. Just gonna look over and say hello. Hello, Spirit, is it Wheeled Cat? Spirit Wheeled Cat, Abdullah, Toka Macy. Hello, thank you for joining. So I'm gonna start putting in a little bit of value, I think. Just want to make sure that I've blocked in the main sections of this lady's torso. Yeah, it is my intention this year to start doing some live streams, and it might take a while to get used to, but I'll figure it out and I'll find ways to make them either, like, I don't know, interesting, inspiring, entertaining, valuable in some way, educational. But I just wanted to do a quick sketch this morning before I dive into some oil painting. And I had this pose saved as one that I wanted to visit at some point this week. Now, her hair wraps around her head. Trying to get that right angle as it flicks round. She's got all of these beautiful patterns and swirls in her hair. But I don't want to emphasize all of it, just like some of it. So make sure I've got that feel, enough of a twist, which I think I have. This, actually her left arm, you can't see. It sort of disappears. It's that slightly different angle and it bends inwards behind her other arm, and you can just about see it here, but not too much. But I'm just going to map some of the body in and then go back to the face, which is the focus. So the reference I'm looking at is quite zoomed out, so I really want to get some of those nice details around the ear, but it's quite hard to see. So the ear lobe kind of makes this S. Gotta be careful here. I want to make sure I get like a nice clean stroke. That kind of S curve. And then the ear is actually a really interesting part of the body, part of the human anatomy to draw, especially from different angles. I think a trick is to forget that you're drawing an ear and concentrate on these patterns of shapes that you see. And not to go too hard too early. I'm gonna check the chat in just a minute, just to see if anybody else is here. Can I see an eyelash, or am I imagining that? Sometimes the mind's eye wants to see things, but it's not actually there. I think there's a tiny, tiny, tiny little suggestion of it. So I'll put that in. The head is turning at a pretty sharp point. Then you just get a little tiny suggestion of a wraparound, her chin, and then her cheek comes in like this, but I need to make that cleaner. So this comes down. I want to make sure I get this hair proportion and shape correct. So kind of goes up on this arch and around. And then there's the neck muscles, which are really beautiful to look at in the reference, because they sort of twist. It's like these beautiful column that like twists around and fits in. I think it's the sacrum. They just create these beautiful shapes, and it's really well lit. So you can see that, the anatomy fairly clearly. And just going to reduce some shape going on in here. I'm just going to check the chat. Hello. So who have we got here? It's Wildcat. Okay. Hello, Wildcat. And yeah, nice to meet you. Hello. Hi, Nancy. Lois. Hello. Nazia. Hello. So I'm just drawing a sketch of a lady, but it's like it's a difficult pose from behind. I don't know if I'm basically focusing on her head and also the hair. It's just going to be a quick drawing, but it's a difficult one. I wanted to like challenge myself with this. Headshots from behind are usually quite difficult, and it's not something that I usually practice. So I wanted to give it a go. And also I decided just to go live randomly and just see how that goes, and maybe just try and make it a habit of doing like a 1 weekly live or something like that on my phone, where I can sketch with you and talk, check the chat, see what people are saying and stuff. Just makes things a little bit different. I mean, it's more difficult trying to do my drawing and do this, because it's splitting my attention, but it could be really fun, so why not? So I'm going to start going in with a bit of, actually no, I need to quickly map in some of the top. Twist around a bit, and I think this area here, in shadow. So the lightest part of her hair seems to be like around here, this section. So I'm gonna do my best to like make each individual stroke moving in the same direction. And let me know as well, like, if you like watching lives, do you prefer if there's some kind of background music, or do you like it just being quiet like this so we can hear the sounds of the sketch, the pencil and the paper and stuff? Or do you prefer a bit more atmosphere? I'm just curious because this is all new to me. There was one time I did a live on my YouTube where it was me doing digital figure drawing, which was quite different. That was on my laptop, but this is on my phone, so I just have to from time to time check what's being said. I can't see it right in front of me, but yeah, just curious what people like. But when I started this live, I couldn't see an option to put some music. I just went for it. I thought, oh, you know what, might be quite nice just hearing the natural sounds. You might even be able to hear the birds in the background outside. I live by the coast in England, and we have a lot of seagulls that make a lot of noise. But there's also magpies in a tree just above this room, pretty much to the right-hand side. And there are some, occasionally we get robins, I think starlings. And in the evening, get the odd fox running past. But they tend to be, actually, they don't tend to be quiet. Especially the young ones. They make some really interesting sounds. All right, I'm just going to see if anybody else has joined. Hi again, no worries. Thank you for everybody who's here, really appreciate it. It's just, yeah, just seeing how this goes. Like, Any feedback is welcome, because this is my first pencil drawing live video that I've ever done. So for all of you that are here, thank you for coming. And yeah, any feedback, if you think, like, if you like the sounds, if you want me to just draw and not talk as much, or if you like me talking a little bit, curious to hear what people think. And also curious to know if you got a notification because you're familiar with my channel, or you've already subscribed, or you've just stumbled across my channel. I don't know if the live videos are pushed out to people who are not subscribers to somebody's channel. So really curious to hear about that. But I will definitely settle into this drawing a bit more as I go. I feel like I'm a bit rusty and not properly warmed up this morning, but it's all good. I'm just sketching in my favorite sketchbook. Actually, might be able to show you a couple of pages, whoever's here. It's my moleskin sketchbook, it's my favorite. And this is a sketch that I filmed that I might turn into a video later on, but I filmed the whole process, just a sketch of hands. There's another one with bow and arrow, and this was literally a very focused, like 10-minute, maximum 15-minute sketch, but it's when I was really, really focused and in the zone. And got a bunch of other ones. But this sketchbook is actually nearly full, so I'm running out of pages. Got some animal sketches in there too. Some anatomy. I actually made a longer video out of these ones on my channel. This is one I don't think I've ever shown before, so. But now I've lost my page. Give me a minute. I'm just gonna find the page that I was sketching on. Here it is, yeah. I'm gonna get back to it. Just need to check the time. I haven't got too long, so. Gonna push on as well as I can here. Take a sip of tea. I've got some fresh ginger tea here. All it is cut up ginger and boiling water. Because it's still a little bit early in the morning here in England, and I'm using my pencil stub to just prop up my sketchbook a little bit, just so it's not completely flat on the table. Get that slight elevation is going to help with getting the proportions right. Similar if you draw on like an artist board. I don't know if any of you do. So, I'm going to come in with blocking in some of the shadow shapes. There's not really much on her face. She's just got some very light sort of pink accents. Probably better I go with a lighter pencil. Wait, where is my lighter pencil? Okay, that was fine. Oh, here's another one. Just use this. Some very light suggestion of tone on her face. Very, very light, subtle. And then there's actually part of her hairline that angles in a little bit here. I'm going to check the chat in a second. I think this part of the ear here is slightly angled, and then it wraps all the way around. Yeah, also curious to know, anybody who likes watching lives, would you like to see live painting as well as pencil sketching? Because I do oil painting, I'm starting to make oil painting more of my regular practice. And occasionally I'll do studio watercolor and gouache paintings. Now, if you don't like loud sharpener sounds, I've got an electric sharpener. I'm just about to blast this pencil, so close your ears. There we go, all good? So yeah, I'm gonna check the chat, see who else, if anybody else is here. Hi, thank you. Yeah, appreciate that. Tora Macy. Is it Macy first? Your first name, or was it Toka? Toka Macy. But thank you so much. Viola, I hope you pronounced that properly. Thank you. DIY time, appreciate it, man. Thank you. Thank you, appreciate it. Ellen Watts, hi there, thank you. Thank you for joining. I'm just doing some simple sketching. It's my first time going live with a pencil sketch, so I'm completely winging it. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, any feedback, I've just been saying, any feedback is welcome in terms of what you like to see on artists' lives, like if you prefer music or sometimes just the natural sounds, because I know that can be quite relaxing. People can enjoy the sounds of the pencil on the sketchbook. And of course, if you're an artist, you can join in. Like, you won't have the same reference I'm looking at for this lady, but why not use it as a moment to pull out your own sketchbook and do some of your own practice? But if I don't have music and I don't talk, it is very quiet. So let me know if you like that or if you don't. Or maybe you're just not really fussed. Either way. So this lady's hair, it's like spiraling and bending in lots of different directions, but there's some really nice patterns in there that I want to try and get. And I think it's a hairband. It's got some interesting shapes going on too, which kind of like closely resemble her hair in a way, but it's a very light value. So try to keep that as light as possible. But yeah, I do feel a little bit rusty this morning, I'm not gonna lie. Once, like, this is why doing like a really like quick little warm up before you draw can really help you get into the flow, because you're gonna find that your lines become a lot more fluid and just that range of motion is ready in your hands and your arms. You're gonna make more accurate strokes without the need of using a rubber or an eraser. But anyway, this is just a chill sketch. Like the photo reference, it's kind of cut off from about here. So I've had to make a guess. Probably her elbow isn't gonna be that sharp, to be fair. So go back in, it's probably more like that. Anyway, everybody that's here, like, where in the world are you from? Curious to know. Feel free to drop your city or country in the live chat. I'm really curious. I am in Brighton, England. It's usually very sunny, but it's quite overcast today. And it's about, well, I said it's early. I mean, it might not be early to a lot of people, but it's about 10:15 in the morning here in England. So while I'm here, I'm definitely going to try and get this lady's hand, because it's a really awkward position, because the arm comes in and then she's resting her hand up against her hip and the fingers come down. So I'm gonna get at least a suggestion of that in. Try and get some of that anatomy in the right place as well. Get that in one stroke. See, that's the difference. Once you've been doing it for a few minutes, like pushing yourself to try and make one sort of bold stroke rather than doing all of this kind of like small, like line making. You can go over it if you like, but it can really make a difference in the quality of the drawing. Let's see, like she's got some kind of like, I don't know if it's feathery, I don't know if it's part of the bra sticking out the top. There's some material coming out from the top that she's wearing. And it's a black top, but you can still see a lot of these folds that stem from the point of pressure, which seems to be her back. Her shoulders are, her shoulder blades are going to be compressed. And I think that's where these folds are coming from behind her. And she's also twisting in this direction. So you've got some that are coming round from the front of her chest. But anyway, let's see if anybody else has written anything else in the chat. No. So how long have I got? I'm going to try and wrap things up in the next 10 minutes. So I might go a little bit quiet from here. Let's see. Because I am eating into my oil painting practice time now, but making some lines that go around the contours, the form. There's like a little shadow pattern around the neck here. I'm tempted to use the blending stub slightly. Might do it in a minute. So I'm going to finish off these loops with these strokes, sort of wrap right around. And then there's some that fan out at the bottom, very light strands of hair. So back to the hand. Mapping out where the knuckles are going to be, where the fingertips are going to be. And her thumb pushes outward and bends down. Am I going to have enough time to finish this properly? I'm not sure. But yeah, like I mentioned earlier, if you are an artist, feel free to join in and sketch yourself, do some art. Sometimes we just need that little push and reminder. So she's got 3 fingers that are together, grouped together, and there's one that just bends and looks kind of awkward, just like bends like this, outwards. I should probably sharpen my pencil. But yeah, please let me know if you like the peace and quiet, or if you prefer some kind of background sounds or music. I said this earlier, but just in case anybody new didn't hear, I'm just trying to get, just curious feedback is welcome, like, because I do intend on doing some more lives and just making them as good as I can for whoever comes and watches, so. So her wrist comes in, and it only slightly comes out here. And bends like that. Am I happy with her hair? I'm going to strengthen some of the lines before my timer's up. And some of the values. Apologies in advance if I'm making the camera wobble. The camera, my phone is attached to a tripod which is touching my desk area. So when I do a lot of brush strokes, I think it's shaking the camera a little bit, but hopefully it's not too bad. And yeah, I'm really interested to see how this, when I end this live, how it appears on my YouTube, or if it even does. I don't know if it disappears forever. I don't know if it's recorded. I imagine it must be recorded. And, or maybe I have the option to post it. I don't know. I'll find out. And go from there. Put some very subtle suggestion of patterns on her clothing. And I'm just gonna go over some areas very lightly with the blending stump. Just little bits here and there. I don't wanna overdo it. I just wanna soften some of the lines that I've put in. Just in a few spots. And then I'm gonna go over with a slightly darker pencil just to strengthen some of the contour areas that I want. But it's nice to leave, I think anyway, some of your line work, your pencil work visible. So you don't want to completely blend everything out. You might be able to hear the birds in the background a little bit more now. And sometimes I'll even use my finger for a broader stroke. Let's check the time. Okay. Hi, I'm just checking the chat. Oh, thank you, really appreciate it. that's interesting that you were scrolling and you found me again. I wonder how that happened. That's cool. Were you just like scrolling on YouTube Shorts, or is it lives that you're scrolling through? And then it pops up? Really curious. So I'm going to just do a few like final touches for a few more minutes, maybe 5 minutes or so. I won't take too long on this one. My main focus is her head, so I want to make sure that I get the right amount of line weight that I want in the right places. Try and direct it as well as I can. Just checking the chat. Shorts. Oh yeah, fair enough. Cool. All right. Yeah. Thank you though. Thank you for coming back. Appreciate it. Where are you from? Tokame? Where are you? Where in the world are you from? I think there's quite a few people who've subbed to my channel in the past that are in America, but there's also all around the world. It's really interesting. Okay. Just gonna have a sip of tea. Ah, it's good. Absolutely love fresh tea. Oh my gosh, so good. So there's a few areas I can just clean up and strengthen. So could probably take out some of this area of the hair a little bit, and make sure this hairband stands out a little bit from the rest of the hair. But yeah, my main focus was just this tilt of the head and the way that the hair patterns spiral around the head, curve around it, I should say. Usually as well, I'd have like a bit of paper under my palm, just to make sure I'm not accidentally blending other parts of the drawing that I don't want. That I want to just leave as is. But anyway. Definitely need to sharpen this a bit more. That's better. So satisfying using an electric sharpener. For years I never did. I'd always just use normal sharpeners, but like, I don't know, a lot of the time I found that you can actually, the pencil can break. I mean, it can also break in an electric sharpener if you're not careful, but I think it's less common, and also it's just so quick. and it keeps the mess inside a little box that you can get rid of later. So I'm going to give myself a couple minutes just to make a few final strokes around the drawing. Let's see, I want to outline this. And like this massive mirror in front of her. Just gonna see. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you for staying. Hopefully you can see the whole thing as well. Just twist my sketchbook a little bit more. Let's see. So, one thing I like to do sometimes as well is rotate the sketchbook, but I won't here, so it stays in view. And just get a little suggestion of some of these strands of hair wrapping around. And strengthen some of this contour. Just get a little suggestion of value. Change in her arm. I'm trying to make my strokes wrap around the volume of the arm, just like cylindrical. And just get some final lines with the fingers. And is there anything I want to do to this before I wrap things up? I think one thing I could do is just go slightly stronger with some values, because this is a dark top. little bit messy, but it's fine. And final minute, then I'm going to be done here. Then I'll check the chat and say thank you and goodbye to whoever is here, if anybody is still here. Then I guess I'll take a picture and make a very quick thumbnail, and hopefully it lets me upload it, just in case anybody else wants to watch at a later date. I think that's how it works. But I should have a brand new watercolor and gouache commission painting video posted today, later today. I just need to finish some of the editing on that video, but it's a commission that I did over Christmas, and the client was very, very happy. It's just a small painting of a lake scene in Wales, in the UK. It was a Christmas gift for somebody. So I'll be making that, finishing that up and posting it later. But I think for now, I'm gonna have to leave this as it is. So, just gonna check the chat. Thank you very much. Is it Phyllis? Really appreciate that. Thank you for joining. Fiasco, what's your name? Fair enough if you don't want to say, but Fiasco Frames, thank you very much. Essie Padilla. Essie is your first name. Thank you so much. Oh, I really appreciate it. Wow. So did you find my channel in like a live stream feed or something? Because this is my first time doing a live, and I wasn't sure if it's just showing it to my current subscribers. So that's really cool. I've just finished up, but this is the first time that I've done it, but I'm definitely intending on doing more, maybe like one a week or something. I'll schedule it in around all of the other work that I'm doing, but yeah, it's been nice, it's been fun. Prior, thank you so much. I think it's Prior. Thank you for joining, thank you for commenting. Yeah, cheers everybody, really appreciate it, and hopefully this will upload. Oh, thank you, Tokame. Really appreciate it. Yeah, thank you for rejoining the stream as well. Really appreciate that. And hopefully see you all again. I just need to figure out, I don't even know how to end the live, to be honest. This is my first time doing it, so. Let me see. Okay, yeah, so I know how to do it now. So everybody, thank you so much. This is the end. It was just meant to be a quick headshot sketch of this lady from behind and from the side, which is usually quite difficult. But I will definitely come back and try another live stream out for you guys if you like that. So thank you for everybody who commented and attended. Really appreciate it, and have an amazing day and weekend. Take care.